Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The other team has presented you with interesting facts regarding CPO strengths. But now let's take a look at the current situation that's faced CPO. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say that CPO's once attractive position is now being altered due to the acquisition of Macro. But let's first take a look at where the company was and where the company is today. CPO was once equipped with a solid business model, was looking to strengthen its lead through acquisition model. It once had a defensive growth stock with a strong balance sheet. However, today it has acquired a leading wholesaler, but yet to see a solid synergies coming out from the deal. It has turned itself into a highly leveraged firm with little capital to fully capture the benefits of this acquisition. Now the game changer here is the acquisition of Macro, which leads us to our recommendation to sell CPO at a target price of 33.24 baht. Now, since the game changer here is the acquisition of Macro, we must further analyze into this deal. First, I'd like to look into two factors, the business side and the financial side. Let's first take a look at the business side. CPO has been successful at expanding its store in its prime areas such as Bangkok through the execution of encircling strategies to drive its competitors out of the market. Now, these competitors include 728 mom-and-pop stores located in Bangkok area. Now, over the years of successful expansion, 7-Eleven is now experiencing the decline in same-store sales growth. As you can see from the chart right here, this implies that 7-Eleven has already saturated its current markets. Now, the company realizes this problem and it has shifted its focus to expand more aggressively towards the upcountry areas. Now, expanding aggressively into upcountry areas, this means that CPO will directly drive Macro customers out of the market. Let's first take a look at the composition of store locations. It is now split half and half between provincial areas and Bangkok area. The company wants to change this composition into 65% provincial area versus 35% Bangkok area. And this means that CPO expansion strategy will pose as an immediate threat to mom-and-pop stores in suburban areas. And these stores account for 65% of total customer of Macro. Ladies and gentlemen, if this strategy is successful, and it likely is, CPO will potentially drive 65% of Macro customers out of the market and effectively weaken Macro market position. Now, why did a company like CPO acquire Macro in the first place? Could it be because it expects some kind of synergy of this deal? Let us now take a look at the possible synergies. This deal can allow CPO to expand its customer base, but as I mentioned earlier, CPO can expand its customer base at the same time as undermining Macro customer base. Second, our group don't see the possibility of enhancing bargaining power with the suppliers due to the fact that the two companies are offering different kind of product which are sourced from different suppliers. Thus, we believe that this deal will barely allow economies of scales. Also, the reduction in operating costs is still unclear whether it is achievable or not, due to the fact that the two companies are operating on entirely different business models. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the fact this may be the only source of synergies that we can expect to come out of this acquisition. The fact that the two companies can leverage on each other's distribution channels may give them some benefit out of this acquisition, but CPO already has a more established distribution channels all over the country than Macro does. Then the question still remains, why did CPO acquire Macro? The key answer is the benefit that CPO will get from becoming the main supplier of Macro fresh food and frozen food. And this will effectively help and these fresh food and frozen foods account for 16% of Macro's total sales, which effectively will help CPF to increase its sales by 16.4 billion baht. And what this means is CP Group is benefiting from this acquisition at the expense of CPO shareholders. This strongly reinforces our recommendation to sell CPO stock at a target price of 33.24 baht. Thank you.